Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So, yesterday I went over the Michigan offense versus Georgia's defense. Now, today I'm going to go over Michigan's defense against Georgia's offense, which me trying to doing research on Georgia and trying to see the weaknesses and things like that, it was kind of hard to do, honestly, because they haven't struggled with anybody really. So me trying to see who actually made them work and things like that, it was basically their offense. They're in looking at their offensive stats. You look at their stats. Yeah, they put up what 39 points a game, but like nobody has gaudy stats on their team. If a team is 12-1, you normally think they got gaudy. Somebody's gonna have some gaudy stats. The running back, the quarterback. The only one with kind of real great stats is the tight end Brock Bowers. He's got 47 receptions, 791 yards, 11 TDs. But everybody else, their stats, they really ain't nothing special, honestly. Like, just going off of a numbers thing. So it's really just their offense isn't that great. It's just their defense strangles teams and they just constantly get the ball back. Defense is causing turnovers and getting them the ball back. And so they just slowly grind you out, and before you know it, they done had so many possessions, they done put up 40 on you. So that's just that. But when I look at, okay, when they faced a team that could actually score with them and actually had a defense with it, they put up what, 24, 25 against Bama? And I know Georgia fans going to say, that's Bama, y'all ain't them. Well, okay. Well, Michigan has played a team, the number one offense, and we held them to 26. Or was it 26, 27? But that's neither here nor there. So that's just some of the things that I was looking at, like, okay, I'm trying to see exactly what they do great. What are they known for? What's the bread and butter of this offense? And it's hard to say, honestly. I mean, of course, the way they play, they play kind of like a Big Ten team, almost like a Iowa or something like that. Not to that level of basic offense, but you want to run the ball, of course. And then Stetson Bennett with the RPOs, the reads, because he can run around some. And, they getting it to Bowers and getting it to, what's his name? McConkey, the number 84. And he can fly. But, yeah. So, in this game, on defense, it's imperative. And this is most games for us against good teams. We want to get up early. So, like I was talking about in the video before with Cade and the offense, they need to get up early on this defense. Not to say that it's going to be easy to get up on them, but they got to find a way to get up early if Michigan wants to have success, just because we want to make them one-dimensional. We want to take away their run game, which isn't a great running game. So their running backs, let's see, Zamir White is their leading rusher. He's got 718 yards on the year, 5.3 yards a carry, 10 TDs. They also got number 4, James Cook. He's got 101 attempts, 619 yards, 6.13 yards a carry, 7 TDs. That's not a great running game. Hassan Haskins has more production than this by himself almost. He's got 1,200 and some yards and 20 TDs. So he's got more TDs than both of them together. So that's just to give you a comparison on the difference in offenses. So we know Michigan does something great. Usually it's the running game. It's tangible. I can see it. Hassan Haskins has 1,200 yards and Blake Corum has 900 yards. They've got 30-some TDs, 30-some rushing TDs with 2 players. So me looking at them, it's like, okay, what do they do? What do they do great besides throw to Brock Bowers? That's all I see. That's the only thing I see that they do well, like really well, not just good. What do they do really well? So the game plan is just you want to make Stetson Bennett beat you. You want to make him beat you, just like last week, because they got Pickens. He's coming back from injury. He caught, I think, 2 passes, caught a 40-yarder against Bama. He's supposed to be a stud. And they got some weapons, but they don't have the consistency. That's why their leading receiver is a tight end with 700 yards. Now, Stetson Bennett on the year is what? Stetson Bennett is 64%, 2,300 yards, 24 TDs, 7 picks. That's good game manager numbers. You know what I'm saying? So their offense hasn't had the pressure on them to win the game. They haven't had that pressure on them. So last week they played Bama. That's the first time they actually had the pressure on them to actually have some consistent offense to score. And then they got, which they did early. Bama punched them back, got up, and now, okay, Stetson, it's on you. Go win it for us. Because they got down so much that they couldn't really run it consistently. And they just couldn't run it consistently anyway. So, okay, Stetson, go win it. And he couldn't win it. He's eyeing down Bowers half the time and stuff like that, or, getting sacked and just not getting consistent offense. They got a lot of flags, but even then they just couldn't get in the end zone enough. Not enough consistency in the passing game. So what I'm saying with this is Michigan needs to get up early, slow down that passing game. Slow down that rushing game, because our strength on defense is what? Everyone knows this. Aiden Hutchinson has 14 sacks by himself. David Ojabo has 11, 12 sacks by himself. So these dudes are going to create havoc by themselves. You have to, and if Kirby Smart doesn't give their tackles help, he gonna learn a lesson. If he doesn't give his tackles help in passing downs, when he knows he's gonna pass, if he don't give help, he's gonna be in a problem, because Aiden beats double teams anyway. So you're gonna have to chip him and leave extra blockers in. If not, he gonna mess up what y'all trying to do, what Georgia's trying to do on offense, because that's just what he does. And also with that, you got Ojabo coming on the other side, getting strip sack tactician. So that's the thing. And this is every game. This ain't something that's just so mind blowing. This is pretty much every game for us. But that's just what it is. You want to make Stetson Bennett beat you. Now, with that being said, the one thing that's different from him and Cade, because him and Cade, Michigan and Georgia are quite similar in a lot of ways. And having game manager quarterbacks is part of it. Now, with Stetson Bennett, the difference between him and Cade is he can run a little bit. So sometimes you might want to spy him, and this is what I like, is delayed blitzes. I love a delayed blitz, especially when you got 2 good DNs. So he wants to step up, and here comes the delayed blitz right where you stepping up. Thank you. It's so sweet. So that's just something that I would try to do, and maybe look, because we know Mike Macdonald. Those of Michigan fans, we know Mike Macdonald. He does multiple looks, whether it's zone, whether that's press man, whether that's press man with 2 deep, whether that's press or man with one safety high. He just does a bunch of different looks. Like, you never know what's coming. A lot of guys at the line, some of them will drop out, blitzing corners like Dax Hill. So it's just a lot to make Stetson have to think and worry about not only Aiden and Ojabo, but you have to worry about Ross and Dax Hill and these different dudes coming on blitzes. Now, with Brock Bowers being their go-to guy, I wouldn't be surprised if they put Dax Hill on him. Not to say Dax Hill he's good, but not to say he's a shutdown corner, but he does a good job. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mike McDonald puts Dax Hill on Bowers for most of the game or a lot of the game, because honestly, our linebackers are the weakness of the defense. The secondary has improved, and he gives the corners help, or they'll be in zones and they'll be playing off to not get beat deep. But the linebackers in coverage are somewhat of a weakness, especially Josh Ross. So I highly doubt that he's going to be trying to get him matched up on him. Maybe you see Junior Colson or somebody on him, but honestly, he's probably just going to put Dax on him most of the time. I'd highly doubt to see our linebackers on him that much. That's just how I feel. Now, I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a lot of time to scheme up how to slow him down, because he's their go-to guy. He's Stetson Bennett's go-to receiver, the tight end. And he's a beast. I ain't going to front like he ain't a beast. He's a beast. So it's just, and I was arguing with back and forth with a Georgia fan, and we were talking about the teams and stuff, because the fans, they know the most about their team, and he was basically saying the weapons, and I was just trying to explain to him with the weapons, they just don't do as much as we do, because you have to remember Michigan also has the coordinator of the year, and he's the coordinator of the year for a reason, because Michigan is doing some things great in the running game, and when we ain't doing the running game to hide some of the things that Cade does wrong, he schemes up plays to still get yardage. We have a ton of big plays. That's why I was going over it in my previous video. And all those plays aren't from the running game. We got a lot of big chunk pass plays too. So that's just part of it. But yeah, Michigan, I want to say Michigan can try to suffocate, can really suffocate Georgia's offense. And the hope is that we can get up and then force them to just, the thing about going against our defense, Michigan's defense, is can you consistently create drives? And when you do get in the red zone, can you get in the end zone? So I know Georgia fans, that's how our defense does too. Well, Michigan has a defense as well. Y'all ain't the only one with a good defense. Didn't you learn that last week? Y'all ain't the only one with a defense. So, yeah. But the thing what really just messed me up was looking at their schedule. It's hard to judge because a lot of the teams that y'all played were just bad. They got a lot of 6-6 teams. The best teams they played were Clemson, 9-3. They in the ACC. The ACC is trash. Kentucky, it's Kentucky. They had a good year where they're 9-3, but it's still Kentucky. But it's in Bama. So it was just hard for me to judge and take away a lot of the stuff that they got going. I know they got a good defense, but that offense, I see doubt. I see doubt that can come up because their offense hasn't been put in stressful situations. That's what I know. People are like, okay, what are you going with this? That's my point. Their offense hasn't been put in stressful situations. So you can say, oh, Michigan struggled with, but guess what? Michigan is still 12-1. Michigan has still had to score had to been in close games, had to punch back. So that's the difference. Georgia's offense hasn't been put to the test like that. Going against a team and their defense is giving up some yards and some points, and they have to put up points also, not just points to just make your score look better, and the other team has no points. You just trying to fluff up your stats. No, I'm talking about crucial execution moments. These are for the game. These are pressure-packed moments. Michigan is battle tested. Georgia's offense is not battles tested. So that's the thing. Get it up and make them have that self-doubt. Are we that good? We haven't really had to execute in crucial situations pretty much all year. And the time we did, we couldn't do it. So that's what you want to put in their mind again. Okay, our offense is Stetson Bennett back there feeling like, okay, this is feeling like the Bama game again. I'm not comfortable. I'm not used to having to consistently drive and actually do something on offense, or it's do or die. Not, we're going to get it right back. Okay, we'll get them this time. Oh, we didn't do nothing. Oh, we'll get it right back. We'll get it right back. We'll get it right back. So that's why it's crucial to get up and make him have to prove that he's that dude. Because Michigan, on the other side, we've got a bunch of dudes. We got dudes that we trust a lot of people to do. Rose, be quiet. We trust a lot of people to do their job. So the dog is going crazy over here, but that's pretty much it, y'all. That's the thing. You want to make Stetson Bennett have to beat you. You want to make him have to beat you. And have to deal with Aiden and Ojabo. Consistently drive the field. Now, if Michigan's offense ain't doing that, then ain't doing what they have to do, then hopefully the defense just has to do what they have to do, and this will be one of those close kind of Big Ten games. And that's what I think a lot of people are thinking, and I'm somewhat thinking it could be like that too, because these are two good defenses. So it could get like that. But I got a lot of faith in Gaddis and our weapons this year. So I'm saying it could be like that, but I'm more leaning towards we can figure out a way to get up early and do what we have to do to make them have to change what they want to do, and in turn get them Aiden, get them Ojabo, sick them. So that's what I got, y'all. I ain't gonna keep on here. The dog is barking and messing up my rhythm. So, but I got most of my points off, and this won't be the last time I talk about this because we just got too much time. I'm gonna have to go over some more stuff. So, like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.